Good evening, house guests. Welcome to Habbo Big Brother Origins. I'm your host, Julie Chen Moonves, not controlled by Habbo Origins user Smoke. Over the next 6 hours, you will compete in a series of Habbo games, winning the power to nominate fellow house guests, save players from being evicted, and finally evicting one of your own. Some of the lingo you will hear throughout the game are HOH, head of household. This player gets to nominate 2 other house guests for eviction. They are safe from the threat of eviction, and they are then ineligible to compete in the next HOH competition. POV, power of veto. This player earns the power to remove one of the 2 nominees from the block, forcing the HOH to name a replacement nominee. If the player chooses not to use the power, the nominations will remain the same. Once the POV ceremony is over, players will take turns going to the diary room to cast their vote to evict. One at a time, players will go to the designated area to whisper their vote to me, then head back to the living room. Once the votes are cast, the evicted house guest will have just a few moments to say their goodbyes and leave the room. In the event of a tie, it is up to the HOH to break the tie and vote for the player they choose to evict. Who's ready to play Big Brother Origins? House guests, please go to the backyard for your first HOH competition of the season. The game is Falling Fernie. Falling Fernie is a game where players will scramble around the room waiting for chairs to appear. Last player to grab a seat is out of the round. Last player sitting in a chair wins the competition. Good luck, house guests. Congratulations to Gripping on becoming the first head of household of the season. Gripping, you now have to nominate 2 players for eviction. Who will you nominate first? Fizz, please have a seat on a yellow pod. Gripping, your second nominee, please. Starships and Fizz have been nominated for eviction. Along with the HOH and 3 other players selected by random draw, they will have the chance to win the power to remove themselves off the block or keep the nominations the same. It's time for the Power of Veto competition. Meet me at the grid. This is the Power of Veto competition. It's called Coordinates. And here is how it works. Each player will choose only 1 spot on the grid to occupy. Smoke will roll the dice, matching an area on the grid. If your coordinates get chosen, you're dead. Last player standing wins the power of veto. Congratulations to Chips. You won the POV. Please head back to the living room. Chips, please tell us what you decided to do with the veto. Chips has decided not to use the power of veto. That means Starships and Fizz. In a moment, your house guests will choose to evict one of you. You will be the first house guest to leave the Big Brother Origins house. It's time to vote. Lemon, please come to the diary room. One by one, players will now evict one of their fellow house guests. This season is all about mystery, and we will reveal the vote at the end and not who voted for who. By a vote of 3 to 5, Starships, you have been evicted from Big Brother Origins. Please say your goodbyes and leave the room. Thank you so much for playing. And I hope